Hello there. Welcome to Malaysia.
And the 2003 Malaysian Grand Prix gets underway with everyone getting a very mixed start. As look at the cluster as we head into turn 1 now, with the two people on the front row getting a pretty even start, but Adam was too cautious, and then this collision between Mark Whitman and Zombarif really putting a dent into the Hungarians' race, with Dominic Kronski also having blows with one of the Renaults. Ben Morin then put this move on the Jordan of Tim Schmidt after he's looking very feisty in this opening lap. And then Slark a little bit further back has this spin, putting his BMW into the wall and out of this race. And then at the same time, Aaron Smith and Luca Bandera went to blows, with Aaron Smith putting this move around the outside of the second to last corner. And then a little bit further up on the second lap, Ben Morin also putting himself up into the podium places. That Minardi looking very strong. And then Aaron Smith also looking fairly strong and fairly feisty, going for 7th place in his BAR, going for this move on the Jaguar of Stepnica into turn 1. Won't be the last time those two come to blows today, but also going for 6th place at the same time as the Sauber of Jerry goes very wide on the exit of turn 2, now through turn 3. Aaron on the outside looking very, very feisty. Is he going to be later on the brakes than Jerry? Of course he is, putting himself up into P6. Ben Morin putting his Minardi up another place, with the Sauber of Barna below not looking too strong from his position right now. They're still going to blows down the main straight, but you're going to see that Minardi is looking too feisty and just outbrakes the Sauber into turn 1. Aaron Smith also looking fairly feisty, goes for this move on the Jordan of Tim Schmidt into turn 1. Zombarif having a fairly mixed race, witnesses this spin from Yuri in the Renault. And then just a little bit further up on a few laps later, Barna below runs wide, allowing Aaron Smith to move himself up into 3rd. Ben Morin caught the leader Michael fairly quickly. Ben seems to be on a 3-stop today, allowing him to have a lot more pace than some of the front runners, and is going to go for this move on the McLaren driver down the penultimate straight and move up into 1st place. He then comes in for his first stop just a lap later. Michael is struggling on this first stint, and even Aaron Smith, who started in 16th, caught him up and is in the lead now. With James Early filling in from the Minardi of Raymond Stavelink, he does this to the Minardi and slams it straight into the wall, putting an end to his first CIR race in a year. And then Yuri decides to have his own spin in sympathy. Aaron Smith comes in for his first pit stop, followed in by the Williams and Jaguar of Stepnica and Rokas. Ben Morin pitted for the dry tyres, and you can clearly see that that's not working out too well. He went off at the second to last corner. It won't be the last time we'll see him spin today, but it promotes Aaron Smith, who chose to go on the inter tyre, into the lead. He then comes in for a set of inters just a lap later, with Michael following in behind. Jerry, after doing pretty well in qualifying yesterday, was having a decent debut, but then had this off in the second sector, and luckily didn't hit the wall, but lost out to a few places, and is going to want to get those back by the end of the race. Stepnica, who looked pretty feisty in these conditions, actually was not too far off the race leader of Aaron Smith, who just came into pit for the Monsu tyres. We'll see if he can make it work. Tim Schmidt and Stepnica then on the penultimate lap going to blows. This is for 4th place, bear in mind this is going to be crucial for the Constructors' Championship after both teams not having the best start to the season. But Jaguar just a little bit ahead at the moment, but Tim is going to want to fight this one out as he goes round the outside of the third to last corner. A very good move by the German. And then Stepniker, after such a good race, had this mistake on the last lap, losing himself a few positions, but managed to keep it out of the wall and let Luca Bandera into 5th. Well, after a chaotic race today in tricky conditions, Aaron Smith takes his first CIR victory, 17 seconds ahead of Rokas in 2nd, and Ben Morin, who possibly could have been a big contender for the win today, has to settle for 3rd place in the end, but he surely would have hoped for more. Well, after a chaotic race of 28 laps at Malaysia, it was Aaron Smith taking his first win for the BAR team, and Rokas and Ben Morin round out the podium. Well, these are the driver's standings after only 2 rounds. Aaron Smith is leading for the first time in his Formula 1 career, 5 points ahead of Dominic Kronsky, who had a fairly disappointing race, as for Michael Parola in 3rd. And it's BAR who still lead the Constructors then after round 2, with McLaren moving up into 2nd place, with Ferrari rather hoping Zandvoort would score more points in today's race. But we'll see what he can do in round 3. Thank you all for watching, and make sure you tune in for the Brazilian Grand Prix next week.